The asphalt in Dubai radiates 115 degrees. It is a dry, relentless heat that turns the tarmac into a shimmering mirror of distortion. A Boeing 777 sits motionless in this furnace. The metal skin of the fuselage absorbs the solar intensity, conducting the heat directly into the cabin. 300 passengers file through the doors, stepping out of the bright glare into a stifling, stagnant interior. The air inside is thick, heavy, and motionless. People crowd into their assigned rows, bumping shoulders, shifting their weight as they struggle to settle. Every movement feels like an effort. The temperature inside the cabin climbs steadily, minute by minute, as the ventilation remains dormant. It is a metal kiln, sealed against the desert, trapped under a relentless sun. The passengers wipe sweat from their brows, their breathing shallow and rhythmic. The hum of the ground equipment is distant, leaving the cabin in a deceptive, tense silence. Without the machinery to circulate the air, the oxygen levels stagnate. You are not just waiting for a flight to depart. You are surviving an environment designed to kill you, contained within a steel shell that refuses to release the heat. In the cockpit, the captain flips two switches, labeled Pack 1 and Pack 2. The silence of the cabin is shattered. Outside, the massive jet engine ignites. It does not start with a hum. It roars, a deep, guttural vibration that travels through the floorboards and into the soles of every passenger's feet. The engine begins its work, pulling in thousands of cubic feet of thin desert air. It compresses the atmosphere within its core, forcing molecules together until the friction generates a staggering 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This is bleed air. It is sterile, scrubbed of all pathogens, but it is a weaponized byproduct of propulsion. It is dangerously pressurized, a blast of heat capable of crushing human lungs and searing metal pipes. The engine is a furnace, and the air it produces is a volatile, scorching torrent. The system must capture this fire instantly. The air screams as it is diverted from the core, channeled into the narrow arteries of the aircraft. It is a raw, unrefined force of nature that the machine must now tame. If the system fails to intercept this thermal surge, the heat will overwhelm the fuselage. The beast is awake, and the battle to keep the cabin from turning into an oven has begun. The searing bleed air slams into the primary heat exchanger. This is the first line of defense. Cold air, scooped from the sky outside, rushes past the metal pipes at high velocity. It strips away the initial wave of heat, forcing the temperature down to 200 degrees. It is cooler, but still lethal. The flow does not stop. It channels directly into the heart of the machine, the air cycle machine. Here, physics turns violent. A turbine core spins on delicate air bearings at 50,000 rotations per minute. The speed is absolute. The heat is trapped. The machine compresses the air again, driving the energy levels to their breaking point. It is a high-stakes mechanical battle. Metal teeth and rotating blades whip the air, creating a vortex of extreme pressure. The system demands a sacrifice of energy. It forces the scorching flow against the secondary heat exchanger for another desperate blast of freezing outside air. Kinetic energy builds within the pipes as the machine groans under the strain. The air is loaded with power, only to be stripped of its heat once more. Every rotation is a gamble. The components hum, vibrating with the intensity of a system refusing to let the heat win. The compressed air surges toward the expansion turbine. It has nowhere else to go. The flow forces its way through the narrow blades, and then the structure vanishes. The air expands with explosive violence. In a single millisecond, the pressure drops to cabin levels. The internal thermometer logs the fall: 150 degrees, 90, 32. The numbers flicker and plunge until the needle hits sub-zero. The air is freezing, but it is not pure. The rapid cooling has wrung the moisture out of the flow, creating a thick, blinding white fog. This vapor is a hazard. If allowed to continue, it would freeze solid inside the distribution lines, snapping metal and blocking the path. The system reacts instantly. The mixture is slammed into the water separator. Centrifugal force takes hold, spinning the air in a tight, high-speed vortex. The heavy water droplets are thrown outward, slamming against the inner walls of the canister. They bead up, slide down the slick surface, and are drained away. Inside the pipe, the fog vanishes. What remains is a stream of pure, dry, and brutally cold air. The machine has successfully transformed the burning pressure into a deep Arctic chill. The air is now pure, dry, and lethal in its frigidity. It cannot reach the cabin in this state. If it did, the metal vents would frost over, and the occupants would suffer immediate exposure. A bypass valve clicks open. A precise, controlled stream of scorching bleed air diverts from the main line and injects directly into the freezing flow. The two opposing currents collide within the mix manifold. They swirl, merge, and lose their extremes. The temperature stabilizes at a crisp, perfect 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The pressure subsides. The air flows silently up the fuselage, traveling through hidden ducts before exiting the vents above the passengers. A traveler leans back against the seat and closes their eyes as the cool, steady breeze hits their face. The heat of the tarmac and the roar of the engines vanish into a rhythmic, hummed pulse. From a 400-degree inferno to a gentle, life-sustaining draft, every breath taken at 30,000 feet is a calculated victory. The pilot throttles forward. The plane lifts off the runway, banking into the sky, and disappears into the vast, waiting clouds.